this game?
Well, disappointment comes to mind for these guys, but I can tell you that I told them after the game, I was not at all surprised that it went from 25 to 7 to 2 open looks. That's sort of been their disposition all year. Compliments to Tim. First of all, I'm so happy he got the job last year. Really well deserved. And I thought that their team played really well. The only line that really sticks out at you is you got two pretty good three-point shooting teams. One was unconscious in Laramie and not so unconscious today.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now take questions for the student athletes.
Robert Gagliardi, the Wyoming Tribune Eagle. For Josh or any of the guys, they got off to such a fast start, and you know what happened? Were they just knocking down shots? Were they doing anything different offensively? Just what happened there, especially in that first half?
I think they're good three-point shooters, got open looks and knocked them down. I don't think we were on the edge defensively. And then once they got a rhythm going, and we had a hand up, they were still knocking them down. They were more in the zone and knocked some shots in.
Ryan Helming, Casper Star Tribune. For any of you guys have fought back from a lot of large deficits to make games close, win games 17 to down 17 to UNLV comes to mind, but 25, was there any point in your mind where you almost thought, wow, this is bigger than we can handle?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think that we've been in this position before this year, and it might not have been that big, but we stayed together, and we knew if we stayed the course that played our game, we could come back. And I thought we did a good job of fighting back. I mean, like Coach said, we got to 7, and we just couldn't get any closer.
Go ahead, John. Follow up. Go ahead.
Josh, I know that Rector was guarding you quite a bit today. Was that something you guys had expected? And did he do anything in particular against you? Because I know you didn't had a lot of contested looks and stuff. Could you talk about the defense he played against you today?
I think he's an extremely quick kid. He's very talented. Got him is new this year, I believe. And he did a pretty good job in Utah State and Laramie when we played him. He did a pretty good job, but some of the shots were falling for me that day, and they weren't falling today. I think it took away a lot of my easy looks, so I couldn't get in a rhythm, and then the tough ones obviously wouldn't go down. I thought he did a good job, and I didn't produce for my team the way I needed to.
You guys, you three have logged a lot of minutes all year, but you feel like as a team, without having that extra depth, that you maybe ran out of gas once you made that big run?
No, I think we were prepared for this. We had practices, to try to make sure we were running a little extra, make sure we had our win ready, and no other team practices at 72-20, so we were prepared for that, and I think we were ready for it, but we just ran out of time and couldn't get over that hump.
Another question?
Josh, obviously you had a tremendous year last year here at the conference tournament. How will you remember your time here as likely your last game?
I'm just happy to go to battle with these guys that are sitting next to me up here. Coach Shyatt, Herndon and Jason, and the other guys in that locker room back there. We were down 25, and they had a never say die attitude, and I couldn't be more grateful for a group of guys to play with in my final year.
Anything else for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, man. Questions for the coach?
Larry, as you kind of said, when you played them in Laramie, you guys really shot lights out, and they really got off to the fast start. Was it just them knocking down shots? From your take, was the defense there and they just knocked shots over it, or how would you kind of assess that?
I would have said that it was a combination of both. I would never want to degrade the opponent. I thought they played excellent those first 8 to 10 minutes. We did not play very well defensively, and so consequently when they did miss a shot or two, they were getting loose balls, they were getting 50-50 balls, and I thought that would change at some point. At halftime, we told the guys, let's spend about 10 minutes. Let's grind it a little bit, see if we can cut this thing to 10 points with 10 minutes to play. They surprised me. They cut it, I think, with about 12 to play to about 7. And you know what? It well may have been just too much to fight back. 25 is a large margin, especially against a veteran team like that.
As Josh, Rector guarded him quite a bit, and good athlete like that. Was that a big surprise? And did you see anything? I mean, Josh did some good things, but did he kind of really? It made life pretty tough for him.
Rector did a good job defensively. I don't think Josh slipped. I want to say 4 times. 3 of his turnovers came from slipping on the floor. But I will tell you, I thought Rector changed the game because in the last 6 games he shot less than 20% from 3. And I thought the game changed because he made shots. That was unexpected. Not his athleticism or his defensive ability. His shot making changed the game, I thought.
Let's go here first.
Coach, did you feel
No comment.
Did you feel like you guys got the shots early on that you wanted, they just weren't falling?
I didn't really pay much attention to offense early in the game. I was so disappointed, and my wife was sitting across the way so she could read my lips, so I had to be cool. But it really was more of a lack of focus on our defense. And at the same time, some good shot making by some guys that had not been effective up to that point.
I heard.
Coach, you kind of talked a little bit about Shane, but it seemed like when you guys had cut it to 7, Jalen Moore hit a couple of really big shots. Got a rebound bucket, and he had a 3 somewhere in there also. He just really kind of kept them in the game.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites, and he's always held himself with class and dignity. Anytime I've watched tape or been on the floor with him, I would dare say, though, in between those 2 really good shots, you might want to watch that video. We had 2 wide open threes to cut that thing to 4 and 5. Lieberman missed 1, and of all guys, Jason McManamen wide open. But that's part of the game, and heroes are found in tournaments, as we found out last year. I don't even know if these guys knew Adam's first name, but it happens, and so perhaps it's Rector.
Go ahead.
Coach, with 53 seconds, you took Josh out. What did you do?
I don't think it was anything special. He's meant a great deal. He's meant a great deal to our family.
Okay, I know it's right after a game, it's hard to reflect back. But when you think of this group, what do you think of? And I guess what's next? Is it just back to work and recruiting for next year? What's next for you after this now?
Well, let's go backwards in time just for a second. I don't want to waste these guys' time, but hell, there's no game. So, this is a guy who was named MVP here and put us on his shoulders with a group of seniors, 6 of whom graduated on time last May. So if you're an old coach like me, it's like the beer commercial. It doesn't get a whole lot better. Nance goes in the first round, 6 guys graduate on time, and you run the gauntlet and go to the tournament. Now you got this guy in June. He's coming back. He's lost 6 good friends. Your old man hands him the ball and says, by the way, you're going to be a point guard this year. And you have 6 freshmen and 6 sophomores. And I got to tell you, I'll remember the fact that these guys played tonight very similar to like they played all year, and they practiced. Not many people talk about practice. Spontaneity, early, on time, every day. And so I will remember a lot of the good things, and I will try to forget with a little wine some of the bad things.
Coach, you downplayed the effect that it was going to have with having some of those guys suspended. Did you feel like it made any sort of an impact today?
No.
Real quick, Larry, as you look, you lose Josh, and that's obviously a huge piece, but you return everyone else. I mean, just outside looking in early, do you like what you have coming back and to build with, and what's the next step, or where do you go from here to work toward next season?
We talked a little bit last week about continuity. Continuity in coaching staff, really important. Continuity with the type of people that you want to represent you, really important. I think we got a good core. I think they found out, you have to harden sometimes. Sometimes to really appreciate the good, you have to harden. And so I think these guys, hopefully they'll remember a little bit of a taste in their mouth when they were disappointed 7 or 8 times this year. And so, you know, we've got spring break next week. We'll take a deep breath. I got some smart people around me. I'll take their advice. And then when we get back from spring break, we'll definitely need to put some pounds on some interior players.
Anything else?